Hi again. I wanted to say something that I've noticed. So, children have been on a big learning curve, parents as well, but I want to speak specifically about children. And in my world, it would be primary school children. And the learning that they have been going through over the last 61 days has been phenomenal. And I want to highlight some of those things because perhaps you're thinking it's a little bit of tech and some curriculum. But let me tell you what your kids have been doing, what their brains have been doing. They have, first of all, handled a massive change in their lives, quite a big upset. They are at home, they're potentially managing anxiety and stress. If they're listening to the news, or if you're giving them news, they may be handling fear as well. Then school went online, and it was a novelty in the beginning. And what we saw in Zoom lessons was lots of up the nose and in the mouth and tick in the eye as they were getting close to their mirrors. Their mirrors, I call it. And then they settled down in that. And then not only that, but they've learned to handle new platforms, online platforms. They've learned to organize their desks with nobody helping them. They've learned to problem solve when they couldn't find their pencils. They've learned to problem solve when it's taken too long and they need to wait, or their class has been glitching and they can't hear the teacher. They've had to think really hard about what they missed. They've needed to decide what decision they're going to make, what choice they're going to make, if a lesson ends too quickly or ends too soon, or they don't get on it, or something happens like their dog escapes and they've got to go and handle that priority. So kids, and this happened today, a little 8-year-old of mine sent a message to say, I'm so sorry I wasn't on your lesson, but my dog escaped and I needed to handle that. And I phoned her back to say, fantastic. You had two choices and the priority at that point was your dog. So our children are learning to prioritize. They're learning to wait before they decide. They're learning to problem solve and think and be creative and innovate and stop making excuses and do it all independently, hopefully, without you babysitting and holding their hands. Because in my experience, when the mom is still holding the kid's hand, the kid is worse off because they don't have the autonomy to solve their own problems because mom or dad are right there. So I've learned all of that over the last 61 days. And I wanted to share that with you because your kids are phenomenal. And as we start to go back to school slowly and in different times and with different views, is they will be phenomenal again because the learning that is happening is far beyond the surface that you're seeing. It really is. It's quite extraordinary. We'll speak again soon.